Alright, what's up everybody? Welcome back to probably, for real this time, the last Paladins patch notes breakdown discussion video that I'll probably be doing. I don't know, probably on the channel for the near future at least. Gonna be for the anniversary PTS, or the anniversary update notes, I guess PTS notes, whatever, for this next patch. Now, keep in mind, I'm a Nintendo Switch player, so I do not know at this point if I will be playing and continuing to play the game for this next patch, because the game does get discontinued on the Switch. We have nothing here about it, no specific day or anything, or like anything even about the Switch players here, which I'll talk about, but it's supposed to be getting discontinued once this patch goes live. I don't know what specific day the Switch players are going to have. That'll be like the last day for the game on there, but we'll find out, I guess. But that's kind of where I am right now. If you guys like these types of videos, leave a like, subscribe. I don't know if I'm actually going to edit this video. Usually I kind of just throw these up. I record them and just kind of throw them up for you guys. I might actually edit this one because I don't really have much. I'm kind of not really that busy today, so I can probably have some spare time to actually edit this video. So I don't know if I'll have gameplay in the background or something while I'm talking. We'll see how it goes. If not, then there's not going to be too much on screen apart from just the patch notes, or the very lacking little bit of patch notes we have, because they aren't even fully done. Yeah, you heard me right, y'all. The patch notes were 24 hours late after the update show even was done, and we don't even have the entirety of all the patch notes. They are half-assed and they're not even fully done. I don't know. That's a huge issue. Let's get right into this. We got Siege Remixed. If I'm gonna be really real with you guys, this does look pretty cool. It's pretty much what it is. I never played this like way back in the day, but like this is what Siege was when the game first was created or whatever. But it looks fun to play. Like, I would like to try it out, but I won't be able to because, like I said, the game won't be available on Switch for this patch. So pretty much what it is it's pretty much Siege, but on like a map that's like 3 times as big as like a Siege map, with like 3 Siege maps in one, pretty much, and has like a random spawn point for the payload to spawn every time, I guess. So I don't know. I have Enchanted Forest, Temple Ruins, and then Glacier Keep or whatever. They looked cool in the update show. Like, another thing as well, before I get into this, if you guys missed the update show, there's going to be a bunch of stuff that's not in the patch notes for whatever reason that they did not add yet, because either they're too busy or they're too lazy, or they just didn't care. That they actually did talk about on the update show, mainly the skins and some other stuff. So if you guys missed that, I did a live reaction to that. I'll link that at the end of this video. It's live on the channel right now. I actually wasn't going to make that video live, but like, we never had any update notes yesterday, so I was like, okay, well, I might as well just throw that up anyways. So, and then there was a bunch of people that missed the update show because they kept changing the times for it for whatever reason. So apart from that, what else do we got here? There's no Siege. I mean, I really don't care. If I'm being 100% real, I really don't care about the OG Siege. The main thing is, like, I would love to try this out, but I'm not going to be able to try it out because the game is not going to be available on the Switch anymore. And one of the real reasons why I think they're actually first now giving us this OG Siege is because this would never run on the Switch. They don't have to worry about the Switch players anymore, so now they can waste time on stupid shit like this. So they can give us this type of stuff. And just looking at it from the update show, like how big these maps are, like, it would just infinitely crash on the Switch probably, if I were to guess. Because it probably could work. Like, don't get me wrong, it probably would be able to work on the Switch, but they can't even fix the game on the Switch to begin with, so you can't put it past them to actually fix the game for this type of mode when the Siege map can't even load normally and it crashes the game for a map that is 3 times the size of a normal Siege map to actually load for a certain LTM. So it maybe could work, but they don't want to put that kind of time into it, or they don't know how, actually. So, which is really bad, because if you don't know how to do your job, you should not be working there, and you should not be doing your job. You should be unemployed. What else do we have here? I forgot what I was talking about as well yet. We got balance changes for some of the items for Bulldozer. I don't know about you guys, but like, I don't even think Bulldozer needs to be buffed. It doesn't really even need to be buffed. The only thing this makes, and the only thing this changes, is it makes Amani's Dragon even worse. Like, that's the only thing I really get out of this. Like, what does this even do for, like, any of the other deployables? Yin clones are already really easy to destroy. Salty decoy, barrack turrets. Like, what else is there that's actually like a decoy? Luna. Like, I don't even know anything else that's actually like an issue that's like an actual decoy that Bulldozer already in the game at a tier 3 does not like destroy instantly. Let alone it being decreased or increased up to 30, 60, 90. All it does is just make Amani worse. That's all I see out of it. So Amani got some slight buffs last patch, which didn't do anything to begin with. She's a little bit better, but she's still pretty bad. And then the next patch afterwards, she gets no competent story like type buffs, and then they go and buff one of the items that's extremely good versus her, and she gets no buffs to compensate, pretty much. That just goes to show you how bad they balance this game. I don't even think they actually play their own game. I really don't. Rejuvenate. They increased the price of Rejuvenate, so all the tanks that really like Rejuvenate, like especially like Yaggorath and some of the other ones, there's some other tanks too that will still buy it, that can buy it, but like there's some tanks that need like a bunch of items that won't be able to stack a Rejuvenate as much. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that balance change. At the same time, I don't know if I'll even be playing this next patch, so I don't really care. So we'll see how it goes if I decide to play the game even after it's done on the Switch. We'll see how it goes, and I'll get to that point as well. And then I'll worry about it and see how it is. I don't know, as of now, I don't know, I'm waiting for a fucking response to my support ticket. I legit I've gotten like 4 responses in the past 2 weeks. I put a response in like 2 days ago. They wanted to know my IGN for my account so they can possibly link my account on their end, and it's been 3 fucking days already. That was on Monday, and it is almost Friday when I'm recording this, and it's actually almost 4 days at this point, and I have not got a response back. A simple little response, and I still haven't got anything back. And there's about 2 weeks left of the game being on the Switch, so if my account does not get linked to a high-res account in the next 2 weeks and they do not know how to do it, or they do not respond to my support tickets in a fast enough pace, then I'm going to lose all my fucking progress on my account just because their fucking website is broken and I can't link it by myself. And then I'm going to want all my money back, and then I'm going to come on here and I'm going to make a 1 or 2 hour video just fucking bashing the company and all that type of shit, so I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't say I would do that. I don't know if it'll get to that point, but we'll see how it goes. I wouldn't put it past them doing something like that. I don't think they're that dumb. I don't think that it'll go that badly, but it's high res, so you never know. You expect their support, the people that are actually working their support tickets and stuff, to actually know how to do their job, unlike all the other programmers and stuff that don't know how to do anything. Atlas, here's the balance changes, y'all. This is all the balance changes as well as I go through this. This is all the balance changes. The majority of these, apart from one balance change, were all shown on the update show. I thought there was going to be so much more balance changes, especially being that this is a 5th anniversary special event patch, and we really got nothing balance-wise. Holy shit. Atlas, second chance, 2 second reduce buff. Temporal divide. Remove the cooldown penalty and then they reduce the duration by 2.5 seconds. Pretty much what you're going to see here is you're going to see a huge rise in like the OG Atlas, like release Atlas playstyle of temporal divide with at max movement speed when you're walking through your shield and like max cooldown reduction when hitting somebody with a setback on your shield, which was I think is like best build when it was first released. You're going to see that playstyle come back a lot more. Azan got some buffs, good buffs, but there are people that are complaining about these for some reason, saying Azan didn't need to be buffed, and Azan's already a really annoying broken champion. So to those people, do you even play the game? And if so, what game are you playing and what matches are you playing? If you're just playing robots, then that's probably the reason why. I don't see Azan play it at all, and when I do see him play it, he's usually just like mid at best recently. So I don't know, unless it's your higher tier games. That's the only exception. Bomb King getting his royal subjects reworked. Saw this in the update show. This is actually probably the best balance change out of this entire update, if I'm being 100% real, because Bomb King with crossplay ranked is absolute AIDS, and it makes me want to close the game with the PC players playing him. He is absolute AIDS to play against. Caspian getting a small buff to Finer Things. I don't know what that card does and if it's any good. But those of you guys that play Caspian, whatever, there you go, you got a small buff. Grover got nerfed for whatever reason. I don't know, I think Grover was actually balanced before this. This is another balance changes that I think they're just kind of just throwing darts at a wall and just randomly changing shit just to change shit. I don't think Grover is broken at all. Ever since he got his Deep Roots talent reworked, he has not been broken, and he's kind of just been balanced. I don't think he's broken. I don't think his heals are too crazy. I don't think his damage is too crazy. I don't know why they're changing this stuff. Why are they changing and balancing Grover when he's already balanced? But you got an entire, like, 24 characters in the game that could use some type of balance changes, and they're not even on this fucking list. I don't understand. Genos. Wow, these are balance changes we should have had 2 patches ago. They giga buffed the guy for the start of season, whatever, season 5, season 6, whatever we're on, and at the start of the year. And these should have been reversed. Some of these buffs should have got like slightly reverted like 2 months ago, 3 months ago, and we're first now getting them. So we've had to deal with Genos being a must pick or a must ban for 4 months already. And we'll have to deal with it for another 3 weeks until this patch goes live. Or at least you guys will. I don't know if I'll be playing. Kasumi, this is the only thing that wasn't in the update show, and the real reason why she wasn't in the update show is because she's a failure of a champion. That is the real reason why. They are ashamed of Kasumi, and they are ashamed that she's actually a champion that was recently released within the last year, because she is so poorly designed, and they do not know how to balance her at all. Here's something for you guys to actually take into consideration with the balance for Kasumi. Why don't you guys just either fully rework her, or just remove her from the game? There you go. I don't know how many times I say that for like even like a tier list video or like during these patch notes videos over the last like 3-4 of them already. She is badly designed. You cannot balance this champion to the point where she's going to be balanced in your lower or higher tier games, to the point where she's just either busted, brain dead, or just flat out unplayable. That is the real problem with her. There is no in-between because she's just so poorly designed. Take the loss, take the L, suck up your shit, and actually admit that you made a poorly designed champion, and rework them or delete them from the game. That is what needs to happen with Kasumi. She is fucking dog shit, and she is probably the worst champion created of all time, apart from Moji. And I think Moji is actually even better, because at least you can balance Moji. If they really wanted to, they could balance Moji and actually make her good, but they just don't do that. Kanessa. Carbine. Reduce the bloom and increase the return speed to center. Abilities, new passive. She got a new passive that reveals people but for 1 second if you hit them with sniper mode. And then the cards, they took her best card that everybody runs at a 4 or a 5. At least me, I run it at a 5 every single build. That gives you extra quick soap by like 100%. They took the effect, they added it as a tier 3, which is 60%, and they put it into the base kit. And now the card actually has a new effect, and it'll increase your passive rate and the duration that you get to reveal by 0.25 of a second per level. So up to around 2 seconds at a tier 5. Plus the 1 second, so you have a chance to actually reveal people for 3 seconds if you hit them with a sniper shot with this card at a 5. Who the fuck asked for this to be put into her base kit and for Kanessa to get a passive where she's able to reveal people behind walls? If I wanted a reveal character, I said this exact same thing I think during the update show too. If I wanted a reveal character, I would play Tyra or I would play like Vivian or something else. Or even Strix, if I wanted that. Why are you taking her best card that everybody likes and everybody usually runs at a 4 or a 5? They said it's usually at around a 3 for everybody, but it's more like a 4 or a 5 for like 90% of the people that actually play her. And take that and put that into her base kit. She's going to be significantly worse. I'm telling you guys right now, Panessa is going to feel like shit to play this next patch. I feel bad for you guys. And it just comes down to the awful balancing of the game. Leon, Precision, increase the duration from 3 to 5 seconds, whatever. It's kind of your whatever buff. Doesn't really do anything, but it's not bad. Makoa, Shell Shield, duration increased by 1 second. Whatever, not bad, not good, just kind of there. Pip, they're changing Pip's numbers again for the millionth time in like the 10th time already this year. Increasing the damage up to 600 and then the combat medic's going down by a 50 health. You want to really know what you should do with Pip? He's one of your coolest characters and your most iconic characters for the game. And this is a 5th anniversary patch. Why don't you just go full out and just giga buff Pip so he's actually good and playable? That's what I would have did. I would have gave him some major buffs so people would actually play him. Because he's one of your most iconic characters, and one of the characters that people associate the game alongside of. I don't know about you guys, but like when I think of Paladins, I think of Pip. That's one of the characters I think of. Not Saris, not Ying, or any of those. Ray, they actually realized that Ray was actually still a character in their game because Ray hasn't had any balance changes, I think, since like mid-season 2022, I think was the last balance change she had. They forgot that she actually existed up until now. She's like, oh yeah, they were like, oh yeah, we have this character Ray in our game. Oh really, we do? Oh yeah. Well, what can we do to balance her? Here, let me get out the dartboard. Then they toss a couple darts. Okay, here we buff this, and we buff this, and call it a day. Maybe she'll be played then. Ray's still gonna be garbage. These buffs are decent, like, don't get me wrong, these are decent buffs, but, like, she's still gonna be bad. She's a support that doesn't heal nearly enough, that has no mobility, and gets doved by pretty much anything. She's still really bad. Terminus gave him a quality of life buff. I don't know why they're buffing Terminus, I really don't. He's annoying. And then we got some Yaggoth buffs, which don't matter because they nerf Rejuvenate, which is her best item, so these buffs aren't going to do anything for her. She's going to be a little bit more sustainable on the point, but like with the compensation to the Rejuvenate buffs, it kind of just counteracts itself out. So you're going to get more healing from this talent if you want to choose this talent, but anything else, if you try to stack Rejuvenate now, you're going to have to pay more for it, so. And most times, with how much it costs, it's going to be a like way late game, or the game will be done most times by the time you have enough credits to actually stack it to a tier 2 or a tier 3, with how bad the matchmaking is. So, and that is all we have here, y'all. That is the end of the patch notes. There is nothing with the skins in this patch notes. There's nothing with the new rank changes. They actually added 4 bands instead of 3 now. And there's a few other like quality of life changes they did with like the loadout cards or something with like the text for some of the loadout cards or some other random shit that nobody asked for. The problem with this is, I don't know about you guys, how long you guys have been playing the game, but like I've been playing the game for 5 years. I've seen the game through when Alyssa was here for like the first 2 years, I think, till like 2020, mid 2020 or whatever she left. And then Romanova took over. And now we have Cryptic. I don't know if Cryptic watches my videos. He looks at my stuff on Twitter, I can tell you that. But I don't know if he actually watches my videos. But if you watch my videos, bro, you gotta quit putting the patch notes out with only half the information. You gotta quit uploading the patch notes either like an entire 1 or 2 days late. And then when you do upload the patch notes, you only have half of the information. Because the main thing with these update shows is the people and the interest for the update shows only last maybe like 1 or 2 days around the update show, and then maybe for the PTS, for that first weekend of the PTS, and after that, with how long the updates take to actually get released, the interest for an update just drops off completely after that for like the next month or whatever, how long it takes for the new patch to drop. You gotta have the entirety of the patch notes up right away, and you gotta have the patch notes up either during the update show or right afterwards. No more waiting for a day or two afterwards, and no more of this half-ass, like, half patch notes and then adding to it later, like 4 weeks later when the patch is about to go live. You can't be doing that type of stuff, especially for the new players that are looking to get into the game, which is really sad because you guys are in for it, but there are a lot of like Overwatch players that are looking for an alternative right now, and if they're looking to get into the game and they look at the patch notes and this is all that's there, what do you think they're going to think of the game? I mean, they're going to be in for it anyways, even if they just decide to try the game, because the game's a buggy pile of shit. So they'll play it probably for like a week or two, and then they'll realize the real facts of the issues. But I don't know. At least when Romanova was there, like, you guys can't deny that, like, when Romanova was community manager, we would get patch notes during the update show every single time. And at the max, it would be like maybe like a couple hours after the update show that the patch notes would not be out. Until then, we wouldn't have to wait an entire 1 or 2 days for the patch notes, and the patch notes were fully completed, and everything was on the patch notes every single time. They weren't just half completed and just kind of just thrown out and updated over time for some reason. That needs to stop. I don't know. Another thing is people that are like praising this patch. I don't know how many, like, I scrolled down my Twitter timeline yesterday for like 5 minutes, and like all the bigger content creators and streamers and stuff are just saying that this patch is a huge W, and like this entire update is one of the best updates of the year, which they gotta be smoking something if that's the case. And then like that type of thing. Like, what exactly from this update is actually good? And what is actually like a huge W for this update? Because I would love to know. We have some of the worst skins, I wouldn't even call them skins, that we've ever gotten out of any single patch update ever up until this point. The skins just keep getting lazier and lazier and just keep getting slopped out. They aren't even skins. All the anniversary quote-unquote skins are just recolors with a fucking party hat and confetti effects slapped on top. That is all they are. Free or not, you only get one of them for free. And all the other ones, the other 4 that you can't get for free, they're going to throw behind a chest. At least that's what's rumored. We don't know, actually, because it's not on the patch notes. But it's actually rumored they're going to be tossed behind a chest, and you're going to be rolling the chest for 400 crystals a pop. So, if you want to go pay 400 crystals for a shitty recolor with a party hat and some confetti effects, be my guest. But, like, at least for me, I ain't giving any money for that type of stuff. And that is legit, like, borderline scam territory now. I don't know. What is such a W? And this is like the 5th anniversary patch. The 5th anniversary patch, and we have nothing here that is actually of substance, apart from an LTM that will only be available on the weekends. And we have maybe, like, how many balance changes do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 balance changes. Around 3 or 4 of which are just quality of life changes, so not really like actual balance changes. So around about 10 balance changes, and we have almost 60 champions in the game now. Where are the balance changes for Tiberius? Where are some Lex nerfs? Where are some other reworks to Torvald, Moji? Where is everything? Maldamba could use some buffs. Like, I don't understand. There's so many, like, really bad characters, or some that are really broken. Khan is another character that's just absolutely fucking busted right now. No Khan nerfs. I don't understand. Inara is incredibly good. She could use some toning back. There's some other really bad tanks that just don't really get played nearly enough, or that need some slight buffs, like Ruckus, or Rom is another one. Rom is really, really bad with how much CC and damage there is in the game. There's a bunch of DPS that could use some quality of life, or like some really minor or major buffs. Some flanks that need to be either really nerfed, or some that need some major buffs. Where's the Maeve Street Justice rework? That'd be a great change. Moji reworks, Lex nerfs. Like, I just don't understand. Talus could use some balance changes with crossplay being a thing now. You guys said you were going to be monitoring the crossplay changes. Where are the balance for crossplay? Where is the balance changes for crossplay now? That was a fucking lie. You guys lied to us again. If that was the case, you'd be either reworking Talus or like doing some balance changes to Talus, because for obvious reasons with crossplay. Same thing with like, I guess BK got addressed, but like there's a few other things on PC that is really incredibly good versus console players that need some balance changes. I don't know, like there's just nothing. Like that is the problem. I don't know. It feels like at least for the anniversary update, the game was better than 5 years ago in 2018. And I am being 100% honest with you guys. The game ran better on, at least on the Switch, back when it was first released in 2018 on the Switch. And the game was actually better back then. And it's actually really sad because we're 5 years later now, and we're getting skins that are recolors being pawned off as skins, and they're charging 400 fucking crystals for them when they're not even new skins. And we have an entire anniversary event that's supposed to be a huge patch and be made a big deal out of, because a lot of games don't even make it to 5 years. And the best thing we have for this update is an LTM and a little bit of balance changes and then some recolors, and that's all we have. How many of you guys are going to play this patch after the first week and actually still be interested in the game? I don't know how many people are going to still play the game on a daily basis after the first week of it being released. Unless you're a streamer, I guess. Unless you're somebody like Chicken, or you're somebody like Creepers, or Infernal Drogos, or like somebody that just streams the game 24/7 and either has that as their job because they have no other option, or they have like that type of thing, like, or they make videos on it, like Z1 or whatever. I mean, Z1 can stream anything he wants. He just chooses to stream the game because he has friends that play the game and stuff. But like that type of thing, like I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. What do you guys think of the anniversary update? Like I said, I'm not trying to like bash the game. A lot of people say, all you do is just bitch and complain. You're too negative. Like, I don't see anybody else saying this stuff. I'm the only one that says this stuff. Everybody else thinks the game is like this updates and the stuff we've been getting is just sunshine and rainbows. If you guys think it's sunshine and rainbows, then the majority of the stuff is positive feedback, and you wonder why the updates keep getting worse and worse and lazier as the game goes on this entire year. I thought last patch was lazy, and this patch is even somehow worse. And last patch we had really no content either. We had 3 or 4 skins, and that was all we really had, and an event pass and a few ranked things, and that's all we had. I don't know. Like if like the majority of the criticism and like the feedback is positive, like nothing's ever going to change, and it's going to just keep going the way it's going. So like a lot of people don't understand that, though. Either that or they're friends with the devs and they don't want to ruffle any feathers, or they're too scared to say something overly negative, which I'm not. So that's another problem a lot of the bigger streamers or content creators or like other people are scared of. So I don't know. Apart from that, though, this is probably going to be like the last like patch notes video I do have for the game. Like I said, I don't know if I'll be continuing to play the game because it's going to be getting discontinued on the Switch here in probably like 2 weeks. So as for right now, I do plan on having 2 final streams that are going to be like 2 big Paladin streams. I want to have like a 3-hour custom game stream, and then like maybe like a day or 2 afterwards. I don't know when. It would really help if they actually had something here for the Switch players too, like saying when like the exact last day of the game will be working on the Switch is. We have nothing here for that either. We just kind of have to assume when it is, like June 20th or whatever the estimated date was. But I also like to have like another stream to where like I stream for like a 4 or 5 hour like final Paladin stream or whatever, and then maybe like donations or something, like donations for like specific champions that I can play or whatever. Just playing like my best, like my favorite champions, and then like champion requests for like donations, and like every time I get a donation, like we'll have like a timer and the stream will go longer or something. I don't know, like a donathon or something, like a similar type thing. I don't know. I have some ideas on what I want to do, but at the same time, I haven't really had enough time to really come up with anything. So if that's something you guys would be interested in, let me know in the comments down below. But I do, at least for right now, the main thing I do want to actually do towards the end before it does get discontinued is like a one final like custom game stream, which will be announced shortly in like the next couple weeks. So apart from that, I'm gonna get out of here. I talked way more than I should have, but like I said, it's probably gonna be my last patch notes breakdown video for the game. Possibly if I decide not to play anymore, and if they can ever get my fucking account linked so I don't lose all my stuff. So it might as well put out a banger video towards the end for as like a last hurrah, I guess, if it ends up being that, I guess. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Leave a like, subscribe, share the video. I also do a bunch of other stuff on the channel. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet content, and I've been upping a lot lately. Omega Strikers, Apex Legends, Overwatch, a bunch of other stuff. I'm possibly going to be bringing back Warframe and some other stuff like Rocket League in the near future as well, with some other new games. So you guys not want to miss that, subscribe. Apart from that, I'm going to get out of here. Peace out, everybody.